So in today's episode, I'm going to share with you how I make my pulled pork sandwiches. If you're new here, welcome. If not, welcome back. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. Just got done cleaning my pork, so what I like to do is pat it dry and remove any excess water. After patting it dry, go ahead and poke some holes in this pork because we want all the seasoning that we are using today to penetrate so we can have a really nice flavor. Now drizzle with some vegetable oil to season our meat with some adobo seasoning. Black pepper, chili powder, cumin powder, garlic powder, onion powder, thyme, ground mustard, and paprika. As you can see, guys, my pork butt is well seasoned, okay? So do not be shy with your spices because you want this pork to be flavorful. Using a cast iron over medium-high heat, add some oil. Now that it's nice and hot, we are going to place our pork with the skin down. And we want a nice sear on the skin before flipping it. After 7 minutes, go ahead and flip. After 5 minutes, go ahead and flip it over. Continue the same process for the other sides. Just a reminder, guys, do not skip the searing process because that's what brings all the flavor from the pork. Do not just throw your meat in the crock pot without searing it. While we wait for our pork to sear, go ahead and turn on your crock pot. Set it for 6 hours on high. After the pork is done searing, go ahead and place it in your crock pot with the skin facing up. As you can see that the pork had produced a lot more oil in here. So what I need to do is soak up some of that oil. After soaking up some of that oil, as you can see, I have about probably 3 tablespoons of that oil remaining. Now add the onions. And this is over medium heat. Saute these for about 3 minutes. As you are sauteing these onions, go ahead and make sure that you scrape the bottom to get all the brown bits because this is where all the flavors are. After 3 minutes, add your minced garlic. Saute for another minute. After a minute, this is where you would add your chicken broth. Since I don't have any chicken broth, I'm going to make my own by using half a Maggi cube and a half cup of water. If you have Maggi cubes, that's great. Go ahead and do it this way. If not, just use chicken broth. And make sure that you are scraping everything off the cast iron. After adding your chicken broth, go ahead and bring this to a boil. Pour that sauce right over your pork. Now allow this to cook for 6 hours. I like to make my own barbecue sauce to go with this pulled pork, guys. So I like to go in with some ketchup using the same skillet. And this is over medium-low. Add some W sauce, honey, brown sugar, apple cider vinegar, ground mustard, onion powder, garlic powder, paprika, black pepper, adobo seasoning. Give that a mix. And we're going to allow this to simmer for about 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, this is how our barbecue sauce is looking. It tastes great, so now allow this to cool before placing this in a squeeze bottle or a glass jar. So this is how my pork is looking. After 6 hours, it is nice and tender. What I like to do is remove it. And the reason I remove it from the liquid is because we have a lot of liquid in there, and I like to shred it first because we don't want this pulled pork to have a lot of liquid in it, but we also don't want it to be dry. So doing it this way, we will have a good idea of how much liquid we want to add back into it. As you can see, the bone just fell right off the meat. This is how my pulled pork is looking after shredding it. So now it's time to put our sandwich together. Now to toast my buns, I like to go in with a little bit of butter in my cast iron and also some butter on my buns. Place your bun upside down and we're going to toast them until they have a nice golden crust to them. Here is my bun. As you can see, it is beautiful. Now to make our sandwich, I like to take our bun and our meat. Take your homemade barbecue sauce and drizzle on top. And you can put as much or as little barbecue sauce as you would like. And this should take us to the end of our recipe. Hello guys, after 6 hours, my pulled pork sandwich is ready. Take a look. Doesn't this look amazing? Make this for your next barbecue party, guys. Thank you so much for cooking with me today, and I'll catch you guys later.